Hi, this is Annie Grace with This Naked Mind, and I am answering readers' questions. And today I have a question from Lori. Lori says, "Hi Annie, I have a question. My brother is an addiction therapist and brought up something I'd never heard of, PAWS, Post Acute Withdrawal Syndrome. What I've read states that it can go on for up to 2 years. What do you know about this, and is it true for everyone?" This is a great question, Lori. So PAWS, there's 2 stages of alcohol withdrawal, and one is the acute stage. And so this is when you're actually physically detoxing. So this is when alcohol is leaving your system and you feel the associated kind of lows about that. And this can happen for like a week, 10 days, where you're actually detoxing from alcohol and the effects of alcohol, so any counter chemicals that your body has produced. And then after that, there's the second stage, which is this post-acute withdrawal syndrome. And during this stage, you're not going to have as many physical symptoms, but you can have a lot of emotional and psychological symptoms. And this, you should know, it's not it's not a medical diagnosis, so it isn't something that's actually in the DSM, but it is something that a lot of people report. And I think one of the beauties of the method that I've outlined and the methodology in This Naked Mind is that it addresses the psychological aspects of alcohol addiction almost before you stop drinking. So a lot of times what will happen is somebody will stop drinking and they will have not had let go of the drug. So they still believe that they need alcohol to relax, to have a good time, to de-stress, to do all of these sorts of things. And so they have stopped drinking, but their mind is still very addicted. Emotionally, they're still very addicted. Psychologically, there's a huge dependence. And so what happens with post-acute withdrawal syndrome is when something happens in your life, something stressful. I'm sorry, the sun is quite intense right now. But when something stressful happens in your life, you can feel like just desperate for a drink and feel cravings, feel irritability, feel anxiety. Some of the symptoms of this, what people report are, depression is a big one, psychological dysfunction, not being able to relate to other people, feeling of guilt, being very pessimistic, being very down on yourself, craving, having a lack of energy, a lack of initiative, having memory issues, emotionally being overreactive, having sleep. All of these things are things that happen when you still believe that you need alcohol in order to navigate your life. And when you still believe that alcohol is a viable method of self-medication in terms of what else is going on in your life. So I think that what happens is you haven't given up alcohol, and so mentally. And so you still retain a very strong attachment to it. And so that's why this can happen for years. And I think they say up to 2 years. The reason my gut for this is in the first year, you're going to go through every single calendar event that you have before without alcohol. And when you go into something like Christmas feeling like, oh, I'm so sad that I don't drink anymore, I really feel like I'm missing out, everyone around me is drinking, your first Christmas is going to be pretty depressing. You're going to get through it and you're going to feel stronger and you're going to feel better. Your second Christmas is going to be less depressing. And after the 2-year mark, you start to realize, okay, it's been 2 years. I don't really need alcohol to have a good time. And so some of the work that's done in This Naked Mind of reversing the unconscious conditioning around alcohol happens over the span of 2 years. So the question is, what is it? What is it? It's a psychological withdrawal that goes on much longer than the physical withdrawal because somebody has not, in my opinion, dealt with the fact that they haven't come to the decision that alcohol isn't serving them. They're giving up something they feel they need and they want. So that's what it is. Does it happen for everyone? I think it depends how you quit drinking. I think if you quit drinking with like spontaneous sobriety or with a really big decision that like this is, if you quit drinking with the psychology that, oh, I never have to drink again, I never have to poison myself again, I never have to say something stupid or have another hangover or another headache, this is awesome, and I know, I'm confident that I can live my life and really be happy and that everything I need is inside of me and I don't need it to self-medicate, you're not going to have post-acute withdrawal syndrome, in my opinion, because what it is it comes up in times of stress. It comes up in times of, depression. And it's so if you think alcohol is a viable thing, but you're not letting yourself do it, or you think alcohol is the solution that you're not letting yourself have, then you're going to start to feel these intense cravings, which is what this is. If you quit drinking and it is a willpower thing where you're just trying to get through it, but you haven't really changed your mindset, and you still believe that alcohol is a good solution for depression, a good solution for anxiety, a good solution for stress, then yes, I think you can be very susceptible, and people do report having huge emotional reactions to not drinking for years after the fact. So I think the truth is it's all in how you really decide to let go of alcohol. And of course, there could be some exceptions, and everybody's path is different. But one of the things that I recommend is, in addition to, obviously my book has a lot of great things about countering the brainwashing around our society and what alcohol does for you, but there's so many other amazing resources online. There's amazing blogs, there's amazing other people, there's great communities, and the more that you can get into kind of looking at alcohol as what it really is, which is an addictive substance in a glass, and the more that you can get into really interacting with other people who are sharing this journey with you from a very positive point of view, from okay, this is all about what I gain, not what I give up, the quicker you can get through this post-acute period of time. Because once you shift your mindset, once you realize that you're not missing anything, that you're not leaving anything, that actually life completely opens up for you on the other side of this decision, that's when this would really let go of you. So thank you so much, Lori. It was a phenomenal question. And this is Annie Grace answering questions. This has been Annie Grace with This Naked Mind podcast. Thank you so much for listening. You can learn more at thisnakedmind.com. And please remember to rate, review, and subscribe, as it really helps us spread the word.